Inspiring station, God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station.
Good morning and welcome to yet another episode of the Morning Star Breakfast Show on Starcross Television. How are you doing this beautiful Friday morning? I am Stella Tabot, one of your hosts for today's edition. Yes, how did you wake up from your bed? How did you sleep last night? Did you have any good dreams, or how exactly did you sleep and how did you wake up this beautiful morning? Anyways, I know we are still having our brothers and sisters in some parts of the world that are still sleeping by this time. I don't know if I should say good night to you or I should say good morning to you. Yes, here on Starcross Television set, we're saying good morning to you and welcome to today's Friday's edition of the Morning Star Breakfast Show. Now, as usual, I'm not always doing this alone. We're always here with amazing colleagues, some beautiful and handsome colleagues of mine. They are already, preparing themselves to be brought forth to the public. They are here to give us as if they hot this Friday morning, because we are always here for you. Don't forget, if you are not there for us, we cannot be here, because you're always here because you're always there. That's why we love you, our esteemed viewer. Thank you very much for always staying with Starcross Television. It is now time for me to bring to the screen my co-presenters for today's edition. I'm going to start with the one at my far right. Calm down. He is no other than Brother David Eric. Good morning, Brother Eric.
Good morning to you, Sister Stella, and good morning to you, wonderful, esteemed audience. It's always said that when the sun rises, it starts off very positive, and you have to key into that wonderful energy of the sun. The sun has the greatest energy so far as the earth is concerned. So you have to tap from this wonderful energy and make your day a very wonderful day and a successful day at large. Good morning and welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross TV.
Thank you very much. That was an amazing quote from Brother David Eric. He has given us something to start with. Okay, but before we even pounds on what he has given us this morning, let us also introduce the next person who is already sitting in her glory. The next person who is already, she's warming up to give you basketballs. When I say basketballs, she's ready to give you a very warm reception and a warm motivational quote to start your beautiful Friday with. She is no other than Sister P. Smith. Good morning, Sister
Good morning to you, Sister Stella, and good morning to you, the Prof.
you,
Sorry, Stella,
please.
if I actually did not meet your demands on this set, because I'm not giving anyone basketballs.
Oh, okay.
Or anyhow you call it, all right? So it's a beautiful and wonderful morning, and of course I would like to say that you have spent about 67 days already in a year that has 365 years. So what are you grateful for? So are you still saying, God, I still want you to do this for me, or you're grateful for that little that you have right now? So all I'll be telling you right here is that you should be grateful for where you are, and knowing fully well that God will successfully take you to where you want to be. All right, good morning to you once again.
Okay, that was another one. And that you said you're not ready to give baskets. Now the baskets I was talking about was not,
But,
you understand,
of course,
punch. Thank you. So I was talking about the way you always motivate our audience with your motivational quotes and speech. I hope as you're motivating our audience,
I'm motivating myself. Yeah, I am motivating
because
myself.
you cannot give what you don't have.
Yeah, sure.
Now that was from Sister Peace Smith. You see this life, my brother, my sister. Let me tell you this one now. You shouldn't do things to impress people in this life. Do the one you can and leave the rest. whether or not you're able to meet up that standard, whether or not you're able to meet up that societal whatever, it has to be this. If it's not this one is not, like, you understand what I mean?
Sure.
Please do not pressure yourself. Do not kill yourself. Do not over-label yourself for something you know your hand no reach. Just try to see how, whatever the situation is, whatever, anyhow you can manage it, it should be something within the confine of your pocket or your capabilities or your reach. Do not overstretch. That is what I'm trying to say because I know why I'm saying this, so that this just came through my mind, and I just say, let me just say it as a reminder. Not that we don't know about it, but most times due to life hustles and struggles, like I always say, we tend to forget some things. So please do not overstretch, because last they'll say she to do or him to do. They'll not want to say, she's trying to meet up the standard, or she's trying to. They'll not even want to give you good credits at the end of the day. They want to give you some kind of see-finish words. Yeah. Good. They want to give you some kind of see-finish words. Sister, you two do a beg rest. Brother, you two do a beg rest. Not knowing that sister is just trying to put a smile on someone's face, or just trying to meet up a particular standard or something. But be that as it may, just set yourself. You know yourself much more better than any other person does. Do not overstretch. That's what I'm trying to say in essence. Brother David Eric, you're looking too quiet for my liking this morning.
Because I have a different ideology on what you just said.
Okay, hit it.
Now, you said we should not overstretch, but I feel when we cover much boundaries, definitely we will get much results or greater results. Now, I always try to pick out positive things from negative things. Yes, we know the world we find ourselves nowadays. Most persons will say you're doing too much, you want to show this, you want to show that. But I feel most times in those kind of scenarios rather, before you know, you will get to achieve so many things. I don't really see negativity in those kind of situations. When you move extra miles, you go extra miles because you are determined and you want to achieve so many things. Imagine you not being determined to live a suitable life in society. Definitely you will settle for less. Let's look at it from that particular angle. Every man who comes down to planet Earth wants to achieve his aim that God has kept for him. Understand? But aside that, we also want to have a balanced life. We also want to help people. We also want to do this. We want to be recognized. We want to be effective. I will use the right word. We want to be important in the society, in the presence of God, and also in God's children. So we have to go the extra miles. We have to think.
You know, when you're saying the word, sorry for cutting in, but when you say the word, we have to go extra miles. Someone out there watching will be like, extra miles you mean?
Now, depends on the
kind.
Yes,
except you have to sit down here. Okay.
Now, we have to go extra miles in terms that you have to take good opportunities. Extra miles does not mean that you must go doing the evil things. No, it does not really have to boil down to that aspect. You can go work extra jobs. You can go getting extra things. You know, when you push yourself, definitely you try to meet good people. You will tend to meet bad people also who will help you to learn the hard way and also achieve greater things. You know, a man who does not make mistake and find out from that mistake and also build from that mistake, you can never stand. That is the simple truth. If you do not make mistake and recognize this mistake, acknowledge the mistake, and work with this mistake, definitely you cannot stand. Now, we do have theories we do carry out during my school days. And these practicals, when you do this iteration, the first one might not be correct, but when you do a lot of iteration and get an average, definitely you will see that you can minimize the risk and you come up with something. So I think we should be open to going extra miles, taking good adventures, both good and bad adventures, learn from it, and get a balanced life. No man wants to stay down. That is the simple truth.
Okay. I'll also like to add to what you said, because when you're talking about extra miles, you said you have to take good adventures. And of course, I would like to add here that let's just say risk taking is also important. What we mean by risk taking, I'm adding, not debunking you. So what we mean by risk taking is, let's just say maybe a lot of persons want to start a business idea and they're feeling like, oh, if you put this amounts of money into that business, it might not work. You know, sometimes skepticism starts coming in.
Yeah.
We started to talk about skepticism before. It starts coming in, you start getting, you doubt yourself or you doubt the business. So sometimes you need to push ahead. You need to forge ahead. You need to try what another person cannot try. But we are not saying you should try something bad, you understand? But just try, try to, push that edge that another person is finding it difficult to push. And who knows, it might actually work out for you.
Definitely.
Knowing fully well that you put God in the center of whatever you're doing or in front of whatever you're doing. So also from my own analysis, because talking about not stretching yourself, a lot of times people would always, oh, you have family to take care of, you have brothers, you have sisters, you have your friends, you have external relatives that would always come to you, oh brother, please this, sister, please this, and all of that. So from my own analysis of also not stretching yourself, just do the little you can. Do you understand? Because when you are, you want to kill yourself, or let's just say Stella here is my sister, or Eric here is my brother, blood, so I want to kill myself for Stella because I want Stella to see it, or I want to kill myself. Killing myself, I don't mean literally killing myself, but you are doing it even when it's more than your capacity. You want to do it, you understand? So sometimes just take a break, chill, you understand? Ask yourself, okay, if I can try this, I cannot do this, let me do the little I can. So by so doing, you're giving yourself that peace of mind you want. Remember, your sanity, your mental state is mostly important, because sometimes these people you are helping, when you need them, you might not see them.
Okay, I think I need to come in on this.
Okay.
He said that to whom more is given,
Much is
much.
expected.
definitely. So where do we have to keep it? Imagine you being the head of a family. You do not have an excuse for you to say,
But you got to breathe.
no, you understand.
Okay.
You don't have an excuse for you. Just imagine our Father. He is God.
Okay.
He can manifest anything at the twinkle of an eye, you understand? But he has to make sure that everything is taken care of. Each human being on planet Earth is taken care of. Both the animals,
Yeah.
the birds of the air, everybody is taken care of. There is no excuse. For me, I do not see any room for any excuse. There is no room for any excuse.
All right.
I do not like us using the word.
I think Stella is actually enjoying this argument this morning.
I do not really like the word
Okay.
we saying that we do not need to kill ourselves and so on and so forth. Nowadays, the world we live in, everybody wants to mind his or her own business. And this is what the Father is talking about, this unconditional. We do not have people who are willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
That is the simple truth. We do not have people who are willing to sacrifice. No man nowadays is ready to sacrifice, wants to give out a lot, wants to open his hand for this, that. Nobody. I believe mostly is because of what has transpired in the world today. But it does not limit us to who we are. I think we have gotten great teachings from our Father. So we have to open our hands of fellowship, extend our hands of fellowship and to our brothers
At
and
the same
sisters.
time, breathe a little.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Yeah.
come. It's always very, very
Yeah.
sweet. When I say it's always very comfortable. I felt so relaxed and comfortable when my co-presenters were giving me their own side of is my own quote, and they even try
And they're buying matters on your head.
I used my mouth to say what I had to say, and now they are giving me their own analysis based on what they understand. Now let me now bring you back to what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say when I meant do not overstretch. Now thank God at all the instances we've given, at some point we had a safe landing. The safe landing we had was a point when her last point when she said you cannot please this and please that and please that at the same time. Now that was the overstretching I was talking about. Now this is a reality check, Brother Eric. You as a person, you cannot kill yourself too much just to please another person. That is the reality of what we are talking about here.
No matter
Now
how you're garnishing it.
Good. Now the overstretching I was talking about. Brother, you have 100,000 naira in your account, for instance, and you have so many important things to use that 100,000 naira to sort out for your own self, like as a personal need. And then even inside that same 100,000 naira, you have your, okay, let's say you don't have siblings yet, sorry, you don't have offsprings yet, like you don't have children at that time, but you have siblings, like younger ones, you have maternal relatives, paternal relatives, you have these, you have that, like they're just surrounding you, and then you're not the only person who is well-to-do in the family, for instance. There are things you should do. This is something we call in economics, it is called scale of preference. You choose your opportunity, you make your opportunity cost, and then make do with sorry, you sideline the foregone alternatives. Now, these foregone alternatives are not things that are not
You don't really want
like,
that.
not that they are not necessary, but they are not necessities at that particular point in time. So just because you have just 100,000 naira for you to spend, like home and abroad, you have just 100,000 naira, and then you have your basic needs, personal basic needs. You also have that of your siblings. You have this, you have that. You understand? What would you do at that particular point in time? It's a reality check, my brother. Now you're debunking the fact that you don't really like that don't kill yourself mentality. That was the last point you made. You don't really like that. At some point you still have to overstretch, you still have to do that, to do that. Now, looking into this reality check or this scenario we're just trying to paint now, if you're in that shoe, now I'm putting myself, I have just 100,000 naira in my account, and I have to sort out my own personal needs. I have to take care of Miss Smith, I have to take care of Eric, I have to take care of this, I have to take care of that. Using economic scale of preference, what will you do at that point in time?
All right. I have to be very frank.
Analogical.
No. I cannot be like you guys. You guys are always diplomatical.
Oh, okay.
I'm always straightforward to this fact. Now, the simple truth is that I would try as much as possible because it is what I love doing most. And something, you have to have passion for it. I always feel happy when I try to help in my own little way. I may not be as wealthy as possible, understand? But I try to see how I'll help in my own little way. I will try to fit into everybody's shoes, even if I cannot give 100%. I am not really after the feedback. Life generally, most times, if you want to wait on the feedback, you will change who you are.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I am not after the feedback. Whether you appreciate it or not, I should have a very justified conscience that I've been able to do my own quota. So that is what matters to me.
So what really interests me is where you said that you do the little that you can.
Thank you. You do the little that you can. That means you do not overstretch. You don't do it more than you don't do more than.
You're getting it wrong now.
Okay.
Now, in a case whereby maybe I have to give my siblings money, I have to also give a friend money. I have to do this. I have to.
And you
do
have
that.
your own needs.
And I
at stake.
also have my own needs. There are some times I sacrifice what I need the most to make sure I please someone. Not because I'm doing that for just a doing sake. I also want you to learn one or two. Definitely. I have done it not once.
So
not
what
twice.
if they really do not?
Yeah, in
Countless
the
times.
process
They
of
do not
doing
appreciate.
this, no, not even the appreciation part. You say you want them to learn one or two.
Yeah.
Now, in the process of doing this, they are
They're
not
not
aware.
aware.
They are not aware that you forgone something very important to you just to satisfy them.
There is no man without conscience. No matter how rocky you are, you must have a conscience. No matter how rocky you are. Once it is done once, twice, definitely you have a conscience. You always want to fall back and ask, why is this person doing this? You always
Stella,
want to
let me
know.
come in there.
Okay.
Because
Always want to know. Okay, I have gotten this scenario back then in school. I would not really want to
Sure.
mention names and so on and so forth. So I had this friend, he had a very tight situation, understand? The first time he came to me and he said he needed this, that. So I had to help that first time. I knew I had it then, so I had to help. The next time when he came, it was a very tight situation for me. I knew I did not have at that point in time, but I know the situation that he was in, and it was really, really very, very severe. I had to help him second time. The first time he did not ask me what's up. So when he came back after the second time, he now asked me, how did I use to get this stuff for him? I tell him, you will not understand. I now had to show him my bank account at that particular time when I sent it to him. He felt very bad. There is no time I ask of something from that particular person that I do not get it. You understand? Because he had to learn. But I am not saying everybody can
Has to
be
be
like
that
that. You understand? So it should not be that you're doing this because you want something in return. It's just your nature. If you want to do it, you do it. Whether you have a good replication or a bad one. We always understand most times we do not get what we want at the right time.
That's true.
Sometimes you may get it at the wrong way. But what I'm trying to say is that no matter what it is, sometimes you just have to make sacrifices. You just have to make sacrifices. Like, I can be proud of my siblings to say, because of the way we were brought up, my mother always told us that we have to make sacrifices at every point in time for the family. It is very, very, very important. And I think this is plain. So if we all have this mindset in this world and say that we have to make sacrifices, then and there, we will not be struggling for much things. That is the simple truth.
I think,
needed to ask me.
actually, what I wanted asking you was when you said sometimes they come back to maybe to understand, to learn a thing or two from what you have done for them. And I understand that, except you don't openly tell someone, oh, this was
my
this
last.
was the situation at this point when
Yeah.
you came for it and all of that. They might not know, and of course, God, not everyone, in short, except
Most persons
except that person.
most
I'm
persons
coming.
may
I'm
see
coming.
you as
Please.
a bad person
I'm coming.
at that particular point in time. Do you understand? When you do not explain, like, I understand the situation you're
Yeah.
saying to say, somebody might come to you now and that is your last, and you're telling the person that I want to use this. I want to use it. I cannot be able to help you.
Okay.
It depends on your situation and it depends on the kind of mindset you have. The person now, I might feel that maybe genuinely you don't want to help me, and I will have a very bad mindset. and
Except
go.
you explain to me why you cannot help me
Even
at that
if
point.
you explain at that point that this is the situation, some persons will not still believe you, and they will have a bad mindset and feel that you.
Those
can-
are persons.
you
I
just-
feel
Yes.
this set
Yes.
of persons,
But
let's say.
sorry, I'm coming. It
Okay.
depends on you now, the individual. Tomorrow now, you still have this mindset that you still want to help, because some people get bad feedback. That is why most persons have derailed in helping. So it depends on you, the individual, whether you have a very bad feedback or a very wonderful feedback. Depends on you, the individual, who wants to go out for people. That is the simple truth.
Okay.
Do you now subscribe to what he said?
I have to like give him a mark, a
credit.
percent, his
Okay.
credit. Not that I subscribe totally to what
No,
he
no,
says.
you have to put it into practicalization.
No, because why I'm saying so is that
Mm.
even if you explain, even if they don't believe you, you understand? Sometimes you just do the little you can or the best that you can at that moment. Because even if you tell someone, oh, I really do not have this, they might not believe you, like you said.
Yeah.
And sometimes they might. But despite, maybe let's just say you come to me asking for something, and the first time I was able to give to you, the second time you came, oh, please, I do not have this thing. You don't need someone to tell you, oh, the first time I came, he or she was able to do these things without me asking. So for this second time, it's either he really does not have, especially if someone knows you to be someone who is straightforward
Yeah.
and who is straight, you understand? Or straightforward, yes, thank you, and who gives. So in a process where you don't do this thing, or maybe at that point you really do not have, but you have supported this person the first time, he comes back the second time, you have supported, third time he keeps coming, you have supported. Whether you tell this person, oh, I've been stretching myself to meet these demands for you or not, you might not be able to, or that person might not still see it. So the best is for you to do the little that you can, not expecting anything in return, like you said.
Thank you very much, my beautiful and amazing co-presenters. I must say, Thea, there's one thing about life that each passing day you learn. Like learning, it's a gradual process, and it's always on a daily.
Yeah.
In fact, per minute, per second, we learn each passing day. Now, I just brought this talk about not overstretching, and then in our own little way, we would have been able to expand what that little
Concept,
not overstretching actually means. But in conclusion, from what I meant by not overstretching, in conclusion, out of everything we have said here, as a person, now this is personal, as a person, whether or not you are able to do that thing, you know you have yourself. And I think most persons still have conscience, you know. Now let's say that thing of a truth you cannot do, you cannot afford to give that person that amount, you cannot afford to do that thing that person is asking you for. Truthfully, you cannot afford to do it. Now, just like you said, you have been doing it first, second, third times, or third time, and then the person have been, okay, if the person actually has that conscience, the person will be like, okay, maybe of a truth, he or she cannot afford this time around. Now, there are still persons that have this sense of entitlement in them that even if you've been doing it over and over, you've done it the first time, second time, and third time, and then the fourth time you cannot do it, the person will be like,
you don't want to.
You don't want to give me now, you understand? It's just small 50,000 naira now, you can just do it. I know you have it.
True.
In fact, they leave inside your bank account, they leave inside your pocket to know that you can do it, even if you know for sure that you cannot do it. There are people who have this natural sense of entitlement that even if you tell them, I cannot afford this thing at this time, even if it's part of that thing you're asking, like half of it, I cannot afford it at this time. Or maybe I have it, but this is a pressing need. I really do need to use this thing to settle for my own self. They'll be like, your own is not as heavy as my own. My own is not as
That's
important
true.
as my own. That sense of entitlement is what I'm talking about. Most persons, naturally, they have it. So it is at that point I would say, please do not overstretch just to please that kind of person. There are persons that will say, okay, no problem, at least you've been able to assist me 1 or 2 times. Now that you don't have, I understand. Those kind of persons, at least, if in fact, there's how the person will be so remote. Thank you. That is where I am coming from. But those other persons that will be like, no, now do this one at least, just this last time. My brother, do not kill yourself for that kind of a person. That's what I'm trying to say. So it is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show on your screen. It is still a live broadcast. We are streaming live both on our YouTube and also on our Facebook platform. Our phone line is displayed on your screen. Today, Friday, we have a lot of packages for you. Do not forget, we still have our brain teaser as usual. But before we come back with this brain teaser, let us take a cup of cold water because I'm already getting thirsty. I don't know about my colleagues.
I'm here.
We'll be right back shortly.
Give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, make known among the people what he has done. Sing to him, sing praise to him, tell of all his wondrous works. First Chronicle chapter 16 verses 8 to 9. Beloved, it is yet another time of the season for all creations of God, divinely bestowed with the living breath of God, to express their heart of gratitude to the giver of life, his holiness Olumba Obu, who out of his immeasurable love and grace has redeemed and salvaged us all. This moment also accords you a dual opportunity to felicitate our God and Master, the living breath of life, his holiness Olumba Obu, on his 24th coronation anniversary celebration here on earth. To be part of these endless blessings, kindly send in your scrollbar felicitation of not more than 50 to 70 words or your Thanksgiving video on a landscape format to our email address bcsstv000@gmail.com. For further information, kindly call or send messages to the following WhatsApp numbers: +234 809 473 5538 or +234 813 365 9145. And he said to me, prophesy to the breath, prophesy, son of man, and say to the breath, thus says the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe on these slain, that they may live. Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 9 to 10. Management, BCS Tacos Television. Announcer, thank you, Father.
Your children are here with different court cases. You have discharged and acquitted for them.
It is still the Morning Star Breakfast Show on your screen, and I remain Stella Tabot, one of your hosts for today's edition. Welcome back, and I'm still here with my amazing colleagues. We still have here Brother David Eric and Sister Peace Smith.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Now on your screen was live performance from the Immortal Word App ambassadors. Yes, they actually did well, I must say. And then before we went on that short break, we actually given some kind of, or we promised to come back with our brain teaser as usual. Every Fridays we're always here with some brain teasers. I know over time we've always thrown these brain teaser questions to our audience, but nobody has been able to call us to give us the exact answer or response to a particular question we've thrown out to our audience. Nobody needs a data top up. Okay, today we still have that opportunity, and the phone line is still displayed on your screen. Do well to call us and give us a response to that particular question or the particular question we're going to throw to our audience today. Now let us start this brain teaser segment with us here on set.
Okay. Why are you smiling?
Okay, I'd love to ask Sister P. Smith first. Now your question is, what travels faster between heat and cold? Which one travels faster?
Between heat and cold. Bro Eric, you know you're the professor here, so you can actually be a lifeguard.
Do not buy ideas. Use your own idea.
All right, let me throw the question to my audience where I'm also thinking about it. What travels fast between heat and cold? Light.
Yes, which one travels faster?
Which one?
Between
Okay.
heat and cold.
Which one travels faster? I think heat travels faster.
Why? Why? What's your reason?
Because sometimes it's let's just say maybe
There
you're
must not be a reason.
No, there have to be a reason. You must have to tell me a reason.
Because
if you say X, Y, Z equals Z, why is X, Y, Z equals Z? You have to
That's a
simplify.
practical question.
you're a
have to
chemistry
practicalize
student,
this
right?
one.
Or
That's a
physics.
practical question.
We have to practicalize
Okay,
why
but
heat travels
my
faster than cold.
mind is that heat travels faster.
Okay.
If you are asking what travels faster between the both, so I feel heat do that a whole lot, because let's just say maybe the kind of clothes you're wearing absorbs heat faster, and of course the human body also I think is. Bro Eric, can you help me on that?
All right.
But at least
I would
I've
say
picked
cold
my
travels
answer.
faster because
Okay.
heat has to do with pressure. There must be pressure, and it comes gradually. But
Okay.
when cold moves so fast,
Okay, but I go for my final answer, heat.
Okay, that's the final answer. Your final answer is cold.
Cold.
And you is heat.
I just hope I don't jump out of the set this morning.
Okay.
I'm giving you the reason.
Now let's
Okay.
say.
There must be
let's-
pressure.
Now let's say out of each question in exams most times carries 2 marks. So I would say I'll give P. Smith 1 mark and then give 1 mark to myself.
And give Eric.
Eric has 0 mark.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Okay, heat
Okay.
travels faster because it can easily catch cold.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you can easily. When I say travels,
Did you understand
I think
the
that's
question?
I
kind of-
understand the
it's
question.
a
That's a logical question. That's an
psychological,
IQ question.
yeah.
Did you understand
IQ
the
questions
question?
don't come straight
Straight
forward.
the weight.
Yes.
You said what travels faster,
Between heat and cold.
and I explained for heat to travel faster, there must be a lot of pressure.
We are not using physics terms here.
You must quote
What
me
we are trying
anywhere
to
right.
that's the
Okay.
response. You can go to Google
And I tried my own response,
Yes,
and I'm
you
happy I
said
got
heat,
it.
and I'm saying heat is correct because you catch cold easily.
Yeah.
Yes, as cold they run, if you easily catch the cold.
It's so
That's
funny.
why you're always saying
It's so-
I catch cold
It's
or
so,
I'm
it's so
catching
funny.
cold.
I understand
That's,
what
those
you're
are
trying
IQ
to say.
questions.
Okay.
It's so funny, but practically for those
Practically.
watching, you need to understand this. Cold travel faster.
Eric, why
For
do I
heat
feel you want to
travel
pressurize
faster,
our
there
audience?
must be a lot of pressure. for
What
it.
pressure? Can you explain the pressure?
Should I do it?
No, you have to.
Practically,
Yeah.
I will need to do it practically, but it's not
No,
really
explain
possible.
the. You know when
Okay.
we are
Now,
okay.
when the sun rises in the morning, it comes up gradually. Now, the mass that is in it, the intensity takes shape at the afternoon, and the heat is heavy and it's spread across the whole world or the whole planet or the whole portion where at that point in time is receiving that particular radius from the sun. Do you understand me?
I don't understand. What I'm trying to say to the audience is, yes, heat travels faster because you can easily catch a cold. That is just the response to that particular. I don't know about the physics thing you're trying
I'm
to
not
bring on this set.
physics, so I
Thank
have
you
to
very
listen.
much. Now to Eric, this is your question.
Okay.
Okay.
What is that thing that has so many holes, but still hold water?
So many
It
hopes.
just came to my mind.
Hopes.
I
Should I help you?
No, you don't have to.
continue, but
No,
it just
no,
came
you
to
don't
my mind.
have to. You don't
It
have
just
to.
came to mind, and it just had to just keep so fast, like
I ain't gonna say
because
it.
I've practically answered.
Okay, okay.
It just
Okay.
came. Oh, good.
I am as dumbfounded as you are.
I am not the fine. Like I practically know the answer. Like I am just skipping away from it.
Okay.
God,
Stella, you have
This is
to
so
you have to
funny.
do something about this.
this is so
Okay.
funny.
Okay, now while Eric is still thinking of the answer, can you make an attempt?
No. I was
Okay.
just trying to help him.
Oh,
Thinking that
can you
he
imagine?
has something to say, then I'll back it up.
Funny.
Okay, now the response or the answer to that question is sponge.
Oh, true.
Sponge. It has.
That was why I said it came to my mind so
See?
fast, but like I just had to skip because
You
I
didn't
have
grab it.
answered this particular question not once,
Okay.
not twice. But
Okay.
funny enough,
Okay,
it
you
happened.
see, there are things that we know, we feel we know very
No,
well,
yeah.
but most times when it comes to us, without an unknowingly, when it comes to us, we just tend to forget about
Yeah.
it. To be sounding like, I haven't heard of this thing before, or have I not? It will just be in between. Not that we don't know it, but most times life hustles and struggles makes us forget about it. That's why we're always here to inspire you and remind us of most of those things we might have forgotten due to life hustles and struggles. Now, to our audience, this question is for you. I think we've asked this question, but nobody was able to call us to answer or to give response to this question. How is 8 plus 8 equals to 4? We've not been able to get that response from our audience. How is it ever possible that 8 plus 8 is equal to 4? If it is possible, give us your practical analysis. Let us get to know how 8 plus 8 is equal to 4. That is to our audience. Call the phone line on your screen and let's get to know your response on that particular question. Thank you very much for staying glued. Now back to our audience, or back
Okay.
to us here on set. Let's talk about something much more practical, just like we started. Now today is more like a reality check, because most times you hear people arguing about things and then you just sit down and be smiling with yourself, by yourself, and within yourself. Everything is just by yourself alone. Now there's this time I was walking past somewhere and people were just arguing, this is my money, in fact I am the woman, and my money, the money I bring to this house, my monthly pay, my stipends, my this, my that belongs to me.
Yeah.
You are the man, you are the breadwinner, you are the head of the family, you are this. Anything you bring about into this house that has to do with money belongs to your family. My own is my own as the woman. So now the question is, why is it or is it even necessary for a woman to say that her money belongs to her, or the man's money belongs to the family? Let me throw the question at Eric first.
Okay.
Okay, I will start logically. This is so funny. Should I use the word couples, or should I just say brothers and sisters? Or okay, let me use the word. Let me use a couple for a start. When a man goes out to marry a woman, it is said that this is his better half. He's missing. Oh, what a wonderful response.
Of course,
You're
that's
listening
it.
keenly now. Because I want
His
to pick
better
something.
half, his missing rib, this, that. You understand? There are so many things attached to that. So imagine you getting this better half and you're missing rib inside your family. You believe immensely that you have found a very wonderful treasure. And definitely tribulations and trials will definitely come. As a test, it can also be from God, because if God could test Job, who are we that he's not going to test? A test might come, it might start very rosy, and something happens along the line and maybe it is no more rosy. We also understand the fact that yes, the man is the head of the family, and most especially he is to provide and cater for his family. Now we understand also that the women are very wonderful vessels. They are vessels of encouragement. They are vessels of blessings. But this aspect, it sounds so funny, but it is happening everywhere, most especially in this present dispensation we find ourselves, 21st century.
Okay.
That women nowadays, should I say because they've gotten enlightenment programs, adjudications, and so on and so forth, that they want to stand up for themselves, gender equality, this and that. And they will say the man's money is for the family and the woman's money is meant for the woman. Which family are you in? that you cannot use your money for the family. It is very, very wrong. Please, I stand to be corrected, women. It is very, very wrong. The man's money is for the family and the woman's money is for the family. Two of you, your money is meant for the family. There is nothing that says that the woman's money is meant for herself and not for the family. It is very, very wrong. So I do not stand to be corrected. I am saying it now that please, if you have that kind of mindset issues, please change it. Nowadays, this has resulted in so many things. If I put it this way, it may sound somehow. Nowadays, we see women, especially when they go into relationship and it leads to marriage. When a man is very, very wealthy, they tend to have some issues and file for divorce and want to, should I say, elope with a man's money that he has suffered and worked for. And you say a woman's money is for her and a man's money is for the family. No, this is totally wrong. It is totally wrong. The woman is meant to be the shield or the backbone of a man. And as a backbone or the missing rib, you do not have to hurt the main source. So you have to try and help.
Why do I feel you're being emotional?
Yes, I am feeling the pain of so many men in this world. No, it is too much. It is too much. Please, change that notion and that belief. As a true woman, please, have the mindset that your money is meant for the family and not for yourself alone.
Okay, do you have a different...
Yeah, thank you so much. I really would love to commend you for this topic because I think this is one of the societal problems we are all facing these days. So now let me start with the pre-colonial society or the society before now, before this 22nd century or 21st century as it stands. You know, during that time, men were known to always be the breadwinner of the family. What a woman does, your work is just to be in the house, take care of the house, while the man goes out there, make the ends meet, come back and take care of you in the house. That was how it was painted. Even in the Garden of Eden, Adam was meant to provide, while Eve was meant to support. By supporting, who knows, maybe a shoulder to lean on, who knows, maybe to, while he goes out there and brings the food, he takes care of the, the domestic, cook and now make sure everything is in order and all of that. No one says that a woman was supposed to go out and make money. Now, away from that, you also said something about gender equality. Maybe it has, precept this ideology of a man's money being. No, that's not what he's saying. At least knowing about feminism, we know that it has to do with at least equality. A woman, while a man goes out. Okay, we have the first caller.
Good morning, and welcome to today's edition of the Morning Star Breakfast Show. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, I call in regards to what Bro Eric said about this money of a thing. Well, I would like to keep my identity anonymous, yes. I wouldn't want to say it out.
Okay.
But for what I feel, yes, I know there have been many trends that if we could trace back to olden days, we'd notice that men do more of the providing.
Okay.
Yes, men do more of the providing. In short, it's just like a responsibility on their shoulders to do the providing for the family because it's already stated there. Even in the Bible, the men have to provide everything for the women. But that being said, it doesn't mean that a woman won't be reasonable because yes, at some point, a woman should be reasonable to support. In short, I should even use the word borrowing. But it doesn't mean that it should be an entitlement from the man to the woman that the woman must support the family. Yes, she can. For me, I feel yes, I can remove money to take care of my children. I can also remove money to pay their school fees. Yes, those are my children, and I would go at any length to do what's good for them. Of course, I can also provide food for the family, like if he doesn't have, but I will use the term borrow. Please, my husband is going to refund me back my money. Because if I'm a blessing to him, so definitely if I'm in a marriage, I'm sure that, yes, God will my husband. I know that the trend, because, and of course, we are not sharing the title of heading the house. Yes, he is the one heading the house. So you coming to say that it's very bad for a woman to not support a man. I don't agree to that part. I don't agree to it at all. I feel it should be on the side of the woman if she is responsible enough, if she can be reasonable enough to remove money to help out if things are not going well in the family. She can just help at that moment. But to say that that woman should continue, like you bring 50-50, that the man should bring 50 and the woman should also bring 50, I'm not supporting that, because of the man is the head. He is supposed to do all of that. She could support, yes, on her own terms, but stating that the woman must, I think that.
Okay, thank you very much, anonymous caller. If we got you correctly, you're trying to say that a woman's money still belongs to her if she has to.
Exactly, 100% belongs to her, because no, it wasn't written in the Bible that the woman must provide. So, but if last I could check, holding the women was just to help with house churches. Thank God now things have turned out to be okay. We can also work and do all of other things to bring money. But it doesn't mean that you would give all the money, like you use it and support her. The woman's money is her money. Alright, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, anonymous caller, for giving us your own viewpoint about this particular topic of discuss. Or is it really a topic of discuss?
She said it's borrowing. Right?
Okay, she is letting us understand that if a woman has to give money or bring money to the family or to do one or two things in their home, it has to be on borrowing basis.
And then there will be a refund.
It has gotten to a point now maybe you will need a lawyer to have a statement that I borrowed my husband this.
Okay, now I don't know if our anonymous caller is still with us. Can you still hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, now I have a question for you. Now let's say your husband is let's say someone who does not bring out money. He has the money, no doubt, but he doesn't like giving out bringing out money for domestic things in the house, like to buy food, to cook, to do this. He is always saying, I don't have money, I don't. Meanwhile, he has the money. And then you, as the wife, you also have the money. In that situation, if you have such a man as your husband, how would you fight such a situation when you know that your husband does not, in quotes, always give out money as a head of the family? He's always saying he doesn't have. In that situation, how would you fight it?
First of all, that man is in no position to tell me that I should get all this attitude or all these characteristics from the dating stage. If at that dating stage my husband is giving me that, it's a red flag, and I'm sure I will not be in for it. I don't think, like, okay, if I could recall, there was a issue that happened in my in my compound where a woman was literally the breadwinner. She was providing this, providing that, because her husband was not working at that time. And you know what? This woman had to go and borrow money to pay school fees, to do this. And this man, you will be in the house, sleep from morning till night. He will not go anywhere. He can't even go out. There are some attitudes someone possesses. You will know that, okay, this person does not have, maybe because of the time being, he doesn't have any money, let me support. But the fact that the person is doing this on purpose, he has the money, he don't want to bring it out, I think it's a red flag. That is enough for me to not even continue that relationship again. So back to the story. The woman borrowed money and all of that, so she wasn't able to pay off the money. Could you believe that the people she was owing brought police to her doorstep? And the man behaved as if nothing. In short, he was even smiling that morning. I was so pissed. Like, what is this? Your woman literally borrowed money to take care of the house, to sort bill for the house, and there is a case in front of you, and you are letting her to handle the case all to herself. When men are supposed to be like the head, to stand there for a woman. Women, we are naturally weak. So when we draw our strength from our husband, we draw. I think we feel motivated with when our husband is there. So being that I am in a problem and my husband can't even show that support to support me, I feel I was so pissed. I think that was the day I made up my mind that it's marriage. I don't think I will go to any marriage and I'll be doing 50-50. No, it's either my husband is giving the whole 70, or let me even say 80%, then I'll contribute 20. That 20% is just include me, my children, and anything concerning him is boring. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much to Anonymous Caller. I must say you have given your own points vividly. Like you have been able to expatiate and to also give us some clear explanations and examples of why you say men or women's money belongs to the women, and then the man's money also belongs to the family. You've given us your own viewpoint. So thank you very much for calling. Remain eternally blessed while you stay glued to the program till we round up. Thank you very much. Now back to Brother Eric. Have you heard from...
I have.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So I want to say thank you so much to the Anonymous, the person who called, because she has made a very vital point there. You know something in the society. Now, let me come back to you, Brother Eric. You are married now, and your wife wants to, let's just say you're hardworking, because I feel for a man or for men who really feels the wife should bring the 50-50, I feel those kind of men are lazy to perform their manly or their fatherly duties in the house. You're a man and maybe you want to, your wife wants to maybe offer to pay for this thing. You see how, if it's a man who knows what his position in the family, you see the man say, don't worry, keep it. You understand? Maybe sometimes I've seen men who will like, no, keep your money. Maybe when the need arises and they know they cannot meet up to the demands, to say, okay, sister, please, can you borrow me this? I'll refund it to you. There are men who readily would not want to see their husband, or their wives perform these duties. Not because maybe they feel the wife's money should be for the wife, but sometimes they feel that, okay, since I can handle this as a man. Remember, as a man, you have this mentality that you can handle so many things, and of course you have been positioned and you have been built to handle a whole lot of things as your responsibilities. So now, to that word you said, a man's money, or to the sentence, a man's money belongs to the family and a woman's money, I feel this was just some lazy women, or the societal maxim that they brought into play. And now, looking like I was also raising a story analysis using the pre-colonial times, where the men will always go out there, work and bring the money, and now the women who tend to also go out there and bring the money, you tend to see sometimes they tend to just support the family, not because maybe it's their responsibilities. Like the caller just said, you can also support. It's okay to support, but in a situation where you see the woman giving 100% in the marriage, you as a man, your ego will drop. You will not be that happy if you actually know what you are built for. Go to every family that you see a woman bringing 10%. Maybe the man does not have at that point. You tend to see that man's ego feeling like he tends to react wrongly in the house, because he feels like his responsibility, what he was created and ordained for, is not there. Yes, I know our guests will like, so it was our audience will like, so it was the man that was ordained to bring the money and all of that. But I feel it's nature. It has been created to be so, and you can't fight it. So as a woman bringing 10 or 100% in the family, you tend to see so many things happening. That man's ego tends to drop. But whereas, as we are talking about a woman's money, really, I would not say that, oh, since it's a woman that is working for it, she should, keep the money or pocket the money to herself. It's okay to bring out the money and support. Like, I've been in a family, or I've seen a family as well, where the woman tends to support, not because maybe the man is lazy, maybe the abilities is not there at that point, but you see the woman doing this quietly, and then you see the respect also. There are some people out there, especially some men, when they feel that their ego is being bruised or something, they tend to react wrongly. Even the woman who brings the money, they tend to act wrongly towards the woman. But then, as a man, when you see your wife doing, or your sister doing these things, you have to respect and honor the fact that she's doing this without talking. So that's what I have to say.
Brother David, do you have a different subscription to all of these things? Right from what our caller said and what Smith has also added, what have you drawn out from it?
All right, I think at this point in time, it's just a simple alignment.
Okay.
No further digression from the main talk. From our caller, I will say the example or the story she gave, it's wrong, totally wrong for a man to debunk is right, understand,
Okay.
and put your woman in danger. You know, the man is meant to protect and oversee the affairs of the family. So it is totally wrong for you to put your woman in danger. Now, coming to the aspect of the money of the woman is not meant for the family. It is very sad whereby as a man, maybe you went out and your wife is trying to cook and there is no salt in the food, and your wife waits and says,
For you to come back.
the money of the man is for the family and my money is for myself, and she cannot afford. I meant the least common thing in the kitchen should be salt. How do you feel that you come back as a man and she said there was no salt and the money you gave to me did not reach to buy salt, so my money is meant for me and not for the family? This kind of cases, it sounds so weird, but it happens.
I've seen it.
It happens a lot. So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say the woman should go all out raising or going all out for the family to carry family burden. No, that is not what I'm trying to say. But they should have this consciousness and understand that they can also stick in their own little token for the family. The sacrifice should vary both ways, but it should not be on the same ratio. No, it cannot be on the same ratio. But the word support is someone, you cannot support somebody if you're not strong.
Yeah.
That is one thing. And she did mention that women are weak. The women are not weak. The women are never weak. I always stand to defend them. The women are not weak. For you to support somebody, you
We're
must
actually
be,
tagged as a weaker vessel.
which is wrong. I think it is misplacement of word.
But that's what the Bible carries.
No,
and that's why
no,
over
no,
time
no.
women are known to be pampered for
I think it is displacement of word. The women
or
are not
understanding. I think that's
rather the women are not weak. The women are a very strong vessel. Yes. So for you to be a support system to a whole machine, it means you have value. You have a very good role to play. So I need the women to understand this, that support has to come from them for the system to move 100%. Yes, logically she said you can say you want to borrow the money to your husband, as the case may be. Well, if it is open in that aspect, there's no problem. But I want the women to understand that their own quota can also go a long way for the family, not solely depending on the husband. The husband might travel and you may not be able to reach him for like 2 to 3 days due to network work or one or two things. So do you mean that the family is not going to move? Definitely if the husband is not there, the mother is the next lieutenant general. So definitely
Okay, I think.
move.
Thank you. I think I have a question to ask. Before I ask that question,
Yeah.
let me also contribute my own opinion on this
Okay.
particular discourse. Now, I'm going to come from two ways. I'm towing the line of our caller. Now we are going to look at the part of. Oh, okay. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Hello, good morning, and welcome to today's edition of the Morning Star Breakfast Show on Star Cross Television. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, morning.
Good morning. We can hear you clearly if you can hear us.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Lamar from Bayelsa State.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, in regard to question the topic on this, I would say it's based on the individual, then the understanding between the two parties. You understand? You wouldn't say it is right for a woman to take possession of her money, and you would also say it's also right for the woman not to. It is an understanding between the two parties. If you don't also put it right, that means whichever way you lay your foundation, that's how you're gonna live with it. I mean, it is so important for a woman to say, my money is my money. If you don't provide for the family,
Thank you very much. That was from Brother Belema from Bayelsa State. I don't know if we got that name correctly.
Yes,
so thank you very much for calling us. Now he is making us to understand that it also happens where if you don't lay that foundation from the scratch, where the man, he is making us understand that. Thank you very much, Brother Belema. He is making us to understand that you don't really have to impose the supporting part to on the woman. It has to be
a natural.
natural. It should be an understanding between both the man and the woman, and then do not. That's foundation from like how everything started. Do not just say you must do this. It is not a must, but just allow it to flow naturally from the heart of the woman. So that is the point our second caller for this morning has made us to understand. So before we got to this caller, I was trying to expatiate something. Now the parts where the man will just sit there and allow the woman to do almost everything, and then the part where the man will also has that conscience to say, okay, I am the man, I am the breadwinner, or I am the head of the family. I should be able to do this A, B, C, and D. My wife should also see in one way or the other to also see how to support A, B, C, D, and E. You understand? Now there are times where, just like the question I asked our first caller, where the man will always want to I don't have, but you work. What do you use the money to do? You do work, and you earn something every day. Most times you earn weekly, most times you earn monthly. So what do you use all of those things to do? But you're always saying you don't work. So you expect your woman to always buy everything you need in the house, even go to the extent of paying the school fees of your children, paying for house rent, paying hospital bills, paying light bills, and you as a man, you're always there, just like the picture that first caller painted. And even to the extent she goes a long way to borrow things, and then police comes to her and you're still there as the man. Bro, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing as the man? Now in the other way around, as a woman, whether or not you're able to support your husband, whether or not you're able to support your man, do it silently. Do not announce it. Let the whole BBC and what is it called? Let the whole channels get to know that yes, you've supported your husband or you supported your man. Do not, from my own viewpoint, if you're able to support your husband with the smallest 10 naira, 20 naira, 15 naira, please do it silently. Because now the way things are, you tend to go and tell your friend, I was the one that gave my husband 50,000 naira yesterday. Or if not me, say that food we ate. In fact, throughout this month, I've even been the one buying things in the house. And then your friend now will be like, your husband is not trying to
no respect for
the man. It is just not necessary. If you're able to support, to give your husband that financial support, please do it quietly for your own self-respect and the respect of your husband as well. So that is my own contribution.
I think I have something to say. So at this point in time, I would love to congratulate and appreciate all the women who support their husbands genuinely, because we have lots and lots of women who support their husbands genuinely and they do not procrastinate. So kudos to all those wonderful women that God has made who support their women, and to those women who are yet to support their husbands, please try and support your husband. It is very, very important. Two heads, they say, is always better than one. So please, let's make all our families wonderful.
All right, I still want to add something, because this, like I said earlier, that this is also a problem that is ravaging the society. Now, to some women, when they're starting, like from that stage of courtship, they'll be like, oh, let him do it so that he will get used to it. And now they tend to, and before you know it, they grow into this habit of the man. Even when they get married, they don't do anything. I've seen a family where it's like a mutual understanding, like the second speaker said, okay, you can just take care of maybe what to eat in the house, while I take care of the children's school fee, or maybe the house rent. That's a mutual understanding. At that point, they understand each other.
We have another caller. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Morning Star Breakfast Show on Star Cross Television. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Onyeji Maka from Abia State.
Okay. Good morning.
Yes, I'm very, very, very happy to see this topic of discourse in your program. It's very, very essential. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate all the and all the brothers, all the sisters who have been a backbone, who are backbone to their husband. You know, thank for the created man. say let's create women in our own image and likeness. So at this point, I would say that women are blessing to their brothers. It is not only monetary aspect that you have to be supportive to your husband. You will have to also be emotionally supportive, and otherwise there is a lot you have to also do to ensure that your husband is also intact whenever he goes out and then comes back. So thank you very much for this wonderful topic. And it has really gone a long way in letting some people who are also watching this program know their position. So God bless the women as they continue to support their brothers and their husbands in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, thank you very much. That was from Brother Onyejimaka from Abia State. Thank you very much for also giving us your own contribution. I must say that this topic don't pinch people somewhere. That's what I have to say. But be that as it may, we're just trying to make us understand that this thing is a two-way thing or a two-sided thing. The thin line there is just the mutual understanding.
Yeah.
Just have that understanding, and then you have a perfect thing or a perfect flow. That's all I have to say. But the question before we take this short break, the question is, what happens in situations where most men don't want their women to work? They'll be like, no, let me go out there and hustle, bring the money. Your own duty is just to take care of the family. And then on the long run, the man tends to, let's say, the money no longer comes in from the man. What's now happened? Because from onset, you didn't want me to work as a woman. You just wanted me to sit down and take care of your home. You get, while you bring all the money. Okay, good morning. This is our fourth caller. Welcome to today's edition of the Morning Star Breakfast Show. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Christ Shepherd. I'm calling from Elu.
Christ Shepherd, what?
Sorry, we didn't get your name.
Hello, I hear it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, please, this is Christ Shepherd Bob. I'm calling from Elu.
Okay, good morning, PCS.
Yeah. The program is very interesting. But I think the problem is that a lot of families, whether it's man or woman, do not understand that success in marriage is based on understanding. Success in marriage is based on understanding. If you have to understand also again, success in marriage is to understand the purpose for which that woman was created. The woman came out of man, and when person came taken out of man, that makes man incomplete. That is so. The woman should see herself as complementary to the husband. So don't you think understanding that a woman is complementary? Those areas man cannot do. A woman is not as it is now. It is the man that marries the woman. It is the woman that can be there. The man cannot do it. The man cannot be his best unless she goes to and the woman cannot insist that husband or family doesn't work. So the whole thing is based on understanding, and also the woman realizing that she's complementary to the man. If there are areas of disagreement, it is where the understanding comes in. In the sense that you go calmly to your husband. This issue, how do we handle it? My question of the woman. No, that understanding makes it difficult. At the end of the discussion, to come up with a decision. And then after we do that decision, it is thinking that the family is a big. The decision of the woman being created, the man is taken of the wife. I remember I was moving in a boat one day, and as I was coming out, the one listening to my day said, Oga, can you go to my boat? I asked her why. I don't know who you are. She said, no, you're a man, and I'm clear that that is government. I said, does that make sense? So you come out of your house believing that you need someone to support you when you're paid for it. So those are the things. So that is conception where the women are being a group to the women. And then that's the understanding of the man. Is this that the woman must do the job, honestly and complementary, and the two issues that we want us to consider. So that we have to do that to pursue marriage. Thank you, and God bless.
Okay, thank Thank you very much, PCS Mbamong, for calling us this beautiful morning to contribute to our topic of discourse. Yes, he has made us to understand that this support of a thing is a complementary role where they have to understand each other. As a woman, you should also understand that there are points, there are parts, or there are times in your husband's life where he does not have or he cannot do a thing or two. You should be able to assist him when that time comes, and do not take it as should I say a responsibility for you to always say it has to be that way. See how to do things slowly, or see how to you know how to talk things, you know how to say things when the need arises. Do not just make it to look like it has to be that way. Yes, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your call, PCS Mbamo. At this point in time, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we bring to you yet another interesting segment. Stay glued.
Give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, make known among the people what he has done. Sing to him, sing praise to him, tell of all his wondrous works. First Chronicle chapter 16 verses 8 to 9. Beloved, it is yet another time of the season for all creations of God, divinely bestowed with the living breath of God, to express their heart of gratitude to the giver of life, His Holiness Olumba Obu, who, out of his immeasurable love and grace, has redeemed and salvaged us all. This moment also accords you a dual opportunity to felicitate our God and Master, the living breath of life, His Holiness Olumba Obu, on his 24th coronation anniversary celebration here on earth. To be part of these endless blessings, kindly send in your scrollbow felicitation of not more than 50 to 70 words, or your Thanksgiving video on a landscape format to our email address bcsstv000@gmail.com. For further information, kindly call or send messages to the following WhatsApp numbers: +234 809 473 5538 or +234 813 365 9145. And he said to me, prophesy to the breath, prophesy, son of man, and say to the breath, thus says the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe on these slain, that they may live. Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 9 to 10. Management, BCS Tacos Television. Announcer, thank you, Father.
Your children are here with different court cases. You have discharged and agreed.
When you wake up in the morning, you need some inspiration and motivation from someone who cares to brighten your day.
Morning Star Breakfast Show, which comes up in the morning hours of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, is meant to set the tone perfectly for the commencement of a new day.
Hello, my name is David Eric. Here on Starcross Television, we rise like the sunset, ready to capture your attention and soften your emotions like the morning dew. This is why we come to your TV set every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central African Time, to inspire you, educate you, enlighten you, and more so, entertain you. Keep watching Starcross TV, keep supporting Starcross TV. Starcross TV, truly the best.
Watch Morning Star Breakfast Show for your daily motivation.
Watch your most entertaining breakfast show.
I repeat, don't miss Morning Star on Starcross Television.
Hello there, I am Peace Smith. Be a star with Morning Star.
Start your day with God on Morning Star Breakfast Show.
Watch Morning Star Breakfast Show.
Teach us choir of saints is Yogulo, Bethel Choir by Saints. The American strength is 80. Christ Ambassador Galate Jumbo is leading the choir. Family Bethel Choir Sanford, River State.
Oh,
The Morning Star Breakfast show on your screen, and gratitude for still staying glued to this amazing program. Yes, on this particular segment we have here today in history, as usual, we have very rich and beautiful as well as handsome presenters who are always taking us through the corridors of history. Today we have here with us Sister Ebimobore Rex to take us through all the activities that have taken place, different years, different locations on today's date, 7th of March 7th of March, different years and different location. Welcome back. And to Brother David Eric, welcome back too.
Thank you so much.
So Sister Ebimobore Rex, I'm taking my time to call the name, what do you have for us this morning? Good morning.
Okay, good morning Sister Stella Talbot, good morning Bro Eric,
good
and
morning.
Good morning to our beloved audience for having me here. Yeah, today is 7th of March and we are going through the lane of today in history in different years, particularly 7th March. Yeah, and we want to say a very wonderful, beautiful Friday. Yeah, in Calabar. I hope you're having a wonderful one. So moving straight to what we have for you today, without wasting much of our time, we have Alexander Graham Bell receive a patent for the telephone. That was on March 7th, 1876. On this day, March 7th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell was granted the patent for the invention of the telephone, a revolutionary communication device that forever changed the way the world interacts. Bell's groundbreaking innovation stemmed from his work with the deaf, using sound wave to transmit human speech electrically. The patent was awarded to Bell after he successfully demonstrated his invention in the U.S. Patent Office, which is considered one of the most significant milestones in the history of technology. The first successful telephone call occurred just days after, on March 10th, 1876, when Bell famously uttered to his assistant, Mr. Watson, he said, "Come here, I want to see you." This invention laid the foundation for global telecommunication industry, impacting business, politics, and personal communication on a massive scale. So that's that for that. Moving forward, we have Marcus Aurelius became the emperor of Rome in the today, March 7th, in 161 AD. So on March 7th, 161 AD, Marcus Aurelius ascended to the throne as emperor of Rome, beginning one of the most renowned reign in Roman history. Known for his philosophical writing, particularly meditation, Marcus is often regarded as one of the 5 good emperors of Rome. His reign was marked by a series of military conflicts along the emperor's borders, notably against the Parthian Empire and the Germanic tribe. But he is best remembered for his Stoic philosophy, which emphasizing self-discipline, duty, and resilience in the face of adversities. Marcus Aurelius' leadership not only ensured the stability of the empire during turbulent times, but also promoted an era of philosophical reflection that profoundly influenced Western thought for centuries. His commitment to the welfare of the Roman people and the unity of the empire made his reign a pivotal chapter in the history of ancient Rome. Moving forward, we also have Sweden officially joined the NATO, becoming its 32nd member, March 7, 2004. On March 7, 2004, Sweden officially became the 22nd member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, marking a historic shift in the country's foreign policy. This decision came after decades of military neutrality driven by the growing security challenges posed by Russia action in Ukraine and elsewhere in Europe. Sweden's accession to the NATO not only strengthens the alliance presence, but also underscores the importance of collective defense and the geopolitical shift occurring in Europe. Sweden membership is a testament to the country's commitment to securing its borders and contributing to the international peace and stability. The decision reflects the broader trend of Nordic and European countries adjusting their security strategies in response to the contemporary global threats. Moving forward, we also have Maritime Day in Slovenia. That's March 7th. March 7th is celebrated as Maritime Day in Slovenia, honoring the country's long history of maritime trade and its importance to the Adriatic region. Slovenia's strategic position on the Adriatic Sea has shaped its economic and cultural development for centuries. Maritime Day is a recognition of Slovenia's seafaring tradition as well as its contribution to international shipping, fishing, and maritime research. The day is observed with various events including educational programs, exhibition, and celebration of maritime industry role in Slovenia economy and its global trade. It also underscored the national ongoing effort to safeguard its maritime heritage while promoting sustainability and marine conservation. Moving forward, we also have National Employee Appreciation Day. Yeah, this is the one that got my heart. National Employee Appreciation Day, that is March 7th to 2025. In this year is celebrated in March 7th. It is annually observed on the first Friday of March. National Employee Appreciation Day falls on March 7th in 2025. This day serves as a reminder of the vital role employee plays in the success of growth of businesses. It highlights the importance of acknowledging the hard work, dedication, and contribution of individuals in the workforce. Organizations across the U.S. celebrate the occasion with events such as team building activities, awards, and personalized acknowledgements to show gratitude to employees. National Employee Appreciation Day is a vital occasion for strengthening workplace morale, fostering positive work environment, and also recognizing the value of all employees in contributing to a company's achievement. Moving forward, we also have National Speech and Debate Education Day. Thank you very much. That is all I have for you under Today in History and /infotainment. We say happy birthday to all those that were born today. We also have Spirited Fellowship meeting in all BCS formation, and funny, we also have a marriage blessing, traditional marriage blessing to hold today from Sister Inyang and her brother. Thank you so much. That's all I have for you on the Today in History /infotainment. Thank you, Sister Stella. Thank you, Bro Eric.
Thank you very much, Sister Ebima Bro Rex, for taking us through the corridors of history today. I'm so particular about the National Employee Appreciation Day. So to all employers out there, do well to appreciate your employees today for the success they've also added to your business, your organizations, wherever you have and whatever you have employed someone to do for you. Do well to also appreciate them for the little effort they've put into what success to your businesses, as the case may be. Brother Eric, one or two words to our audience before we call it a wrap.
All right, thank you so much, Sister AB, for coming through for us, and to you, our audience, make sure you stay positive and make sure you give out a lot of love. And when you do this, definitely everything will be all right.
Thank you very much. It was a lovely day here on set with Sister P. Smith, Brother David, Eric, and myself. And then to Sister Ebima Bore Rex, thank you very much to our audience. Thank you to all the callers that called in to contribute to our topic of discourse today. Cinematographers and everybody behind the camera, thank you very much for making us look this beautiful Friday morning. Till we come your way again next time, I remain Stella Tabot. Remain blessed and have a blissful weekend. Bye.